All praises is due to Allah. We alive, family. This is your brother Malcolm Flex. Tap in, tune in to a great show. All praises due to Allah. I'm glad to be here. If you can, please go ahead and copy and paste the link to the video and share the link, because this is going to be a good video. I'm glad to be back the very next day. You feel me, with another video. I need to be doing these videos every day. So I apologize, brothers and sisters, for not doing these videos every day like I should be. But yeah, it's time to go in. Hope you all got the notifications. If you're watching this video, please share the link on your social media pages. Tag me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Mention me in the comments. Please share this video. And let's get this information out, man, because, it's important, that we reveal the truth, man, and expose a lot of these fake people on the internet, because a lot of them on the internet pump faking. A lot of them on the internet frauding. A lot of them on the internet faking, faking jacks, faking receipts, and there's a saying, extraordinary claims requires extraordinary evidence, proof, right? Because everybody's making a whole lot of claims nowadays about the Nation of Islam, members of the Nation of Islam, right? And they just, I don't know if they don't think that we're going to respond to it. I don't know what they thinking, but we live, we in the building, man. Inshallah, I may pass the link out. Y'all can probably come up and build with your brother. But again, let's share this video. Let's share this video. We want the information to go out. Why? Because we are exposing all of the trolls, right? Trolls in 2021 are for hire. You can buy trolls now on the internet. Yeah, I said it. Trolls are for hire. And we got to understand that a lot of these people have ulterior motives. So if you can hear me, brothers and sisters in this chat, shout out to Lil Kev, shout out to A Philosophy is a Hustle, a Philosophy of Hustle, the Don. If y'all can hear me in the chat clearly, just press one on the key. Let me know that y'all can hear me. And then I'm going to go through some receipts. Why? Why am I doing this video? Why is this video important? This video is vital to the health of the Black community. I'm going to repeat that. This video is vital to the health and well-being of the Black community. Right? And I say that with surety. I say that with confidence, how important this specific video is. Right? So just as the Muslim regimen on how we eat, we got to eat healthy foods. We must consume healthy foods. Why? Because it will give us longer life. Right? So it's important that we consume good food. Right? And when you're used to eating good food, you can tell the difference between good food and not so good food. Right? Well, we have to be the same way when we consume information. Right? Just as we will guard our palates, we will guard our tongues, we will guard our stomachs. The same way we have to guard our ears. The same way we have to guard our minds. Why? Because anybody, a sleeking devil, can creep up on you and whisper. Right? Wickedness and soft resolutions. Right? Any devil can come, a slinking devil could come and whisper in your ear and whisper deception. and the video intake that we are consuming can creep up into our subconscious, and then it becomes a part of us, and we begin to act on what was placed in our subconscious. Kind of like when the FBI and the CIA, do mind control, right? And they create a Manchurian candidate, or they create a Frankenstein, right? When they create people to act out their wills for them. Huh? I'm talking about internet magicians, right? People know how to use the internet like wizards and magicians, and how to influence large populations of people. I'm talking about people that are so wise that they know how to use the algorithms to target certain demographics. See, we dealing with high deceptive intelligence. Peace to my brother Camille. Peace to my brother Evan. All praises due to Allah. Let's share this video. Let's share this video. Pass out the link, because your brother is getting ready to give some valuable information tonight, and Allah put it on my heart to do this research. Why? Because we got a lot of people. We have a lot of individuals who are just coming out of the blue, attacking the Nation of Islam with so much vitriol, with so much anger, unprovokingly. And the question is, what did the Nation of Islam do to you specifically? What did the nation do to you? It can't be Malcolm X. It's gotta be bigger than Malcolm X. Why? Because Brother Malcolm's family don't even have the same energy that y'all coming with. You can see in videos, Sister Attila, right, saying that the Nation of Islam didn't kill her father. You can go on YouTube and you can see videos of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and Dr. Betty Shabazz at the Apollo Theater, piecing it out for the good and great, for the good of the black community, for the greater of the black community. So it can't be just Malcolm X. It's got to be something more than just Brother Malcolm. So with this video, we intend to go through some information, go through some articles to see, what's really going on. And I don't mean to be speaking to kind of belabor the point, right? I'm not trying to belabor the point, but I'm trying to put it into y'all minds and hearts to have a curious thought of, why specifically is the nation being targeted the way it's being targeted? Because there are other people that are being targeted. We can't deny that there are some people that's being targeted in the black community, but none like the Nation of Islam. And there's a certain mindset that we have to really dissect and study what's going on, what's taking place, right? So I'm gonna go through some articles, and then we're gonna also do some commentary, right? We're gonna do some commentary because this video is called Internet Trolls Exposed, right? I named it that for a reason, right? Internet Trolls Exposed, right? So I'm going to share my screen, and we're gonna I'm gonna read some stuff, and we're gonna put some stuff into perspective, right? Tonight we're gonna put some stuff into perspective, and I'm gonna show y'all why you all need to be careful, why we all need to be careful. All praises is due to Allah. So I know you all can see your brother's screen, right? How many of you all have heard of troll farms? I don't know if any of you heard of a troll farm, right? Because the title of this video is called Internet Trolls Exposed, Trolls for Hire. What do I mean by trolls for hire? What I mean is that people can hire people to troll other people in groups. Hire them, give them jobs, right? Take care of them, right? A troll farm or troll factory is an institutionalized group of internet trolls that seeks to interfere in political opinions and decision making. One study showed that 30 governments worldwide, out of 65 covered by the study, paid keyboard armies to spread propaganda and attack critics. I'm going to repeat that again. One study showed that 30 governments worldwide out of 65 covered by the study paid keyboard armies, keyboard armies to spread propaganda and attack critics. So what government is mad at the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Right? 30 governments, right? And it says, according to the report, these governments use paid commentators. I'm going to repeat that. It says, according to the report, these governments use paid commentators. What is a commentator? If y'all don't know what a commentator is, it's people like these. These are your commentators. These are your commentators. These are known critics of the Nation of Islam. But there's a specific characteristic trait that makes them unique, and we're going to go into that. We're gonna go into that. Just let me know y'all with me. Okay. All right, y'all with me? All right, let's get it. I'll finish reading it. It says, according to the report, these governments use paid commentators, trolls, and bots to harass journalists and erode trust in the media, right? Attempts were made to influence elections of 18 of the countries covered by the study, right? So these trolls are going as far as to influence elections. This isn't so lightweight to where that they wouldn't pay for trolls against groups like the Nation of Islam. If they would try to sway elections with trolls, then it would make sense that they would hire trolls to try to discredit the Nation of Islam. Make sense? Okay. So I'm going to do some reading from some articles, but I'm not reading the whole articles. There are certain key points that I want brothers and sisters to get. I want the brothers and sisters to see. Right? All right. I gotta make sure I'm on the right articles. Is everybody okay? Everybody all right? We're in the comment section. Okay. All praises due to Allah. Let's continue to share this video because we getting ready to go in. I'm finna show you the mind of Satan in real time. Okay. What is this one? Trolls for hire paid to waste. Not this one. Okay. Oh no, this is part 3. I don't want to do part 3 right now. Oh, all of them are part 3. Trying to find the first part because there's multiple parts. I think it's this one. Oh, okay. That might have been the first one. Okay, well, all right. I'll start reading this one first. All right. This one is called Trolls for Hire, Pay Way for Sophisticated Social Media Hacks. Right? Okay. It says threat actors leveraging social media for hacks and misinformation are growing more coordinated. New Orleans, researchers have observed the blossoming of a new type of social media nuisance they are calling trolling as a service. Trolling as a service. They say these rabble-rousing efforts have emerged as a clever new way for hackers to launch coordinated and dangerous attacks via Facebook and Twitter. Speaking at 6PX360 on Tuesday, Clint Watts, a research fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute and former FBI agent, said that 10 years ago, Advanced Persistent Threat Actors, or APTs, Advanced Persistent Threat Actors, or APTs, pose the biggest cyber threat. And today's gravest concerns come from sophisticated online hecklers, right? Sophisticated online hecklers, which he dubbed advanced persistent manipulators. Now, that word, advanced persistent manipulators, right, is what I'm going to ascribe to these people right here, right? Because I'm going to break down the definition of an advanced persistent manipulator. And I'm going to show you their functions and what they do. In 20 years, we've gone from no information to wondering if too much information is worse, said Watt, speaking at a Tuesday session called Messing with the Enemy, Surviving in the Social Media World. In 2016, we saw a new era, which I refer to as the rise of the trolls. These troll armies have become way more sophisticated, with mass organized hecklers working day and night, he said. APMs, I'm gonna break down this APM stuff, and it's very revealing. It says APMs have emerged as a threat thanks to two converging social media forces used by platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. Those two forces are one, individual social media users, and second, the engagement algorithms used by social media platforms, right? So what he's saying is that the individual, the troll, and the algorithms are working together, right? Social media algorithms can be used to magnify a troll's message and promote the resharing of a message that appeals to a niche corner of a social media platform, right? So when you have these individuals who come out, right, and troll the Nation of Islam and members of the Nation of Islam, and they are able to get so many numbers. They're able to get so many followers and subscribers when they start attacking the Nation of Islam. Well, the algorithms are assisting them. The algorithms are helping them. Right? The algorithms are magnifying their messages. Right? And the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan were booted off most of these platforms. So most of these platforms are anti-nation anyway. So anybody that's talking against the nation, they're going to magnify their message for them. They're going to help them. Right? It says, with effort, that message can gain acceptance to a wider audience. Right? with effort, that message can gain acceptance to a wider audience, right? Watts says social media users are sometimes unwitting pawns in this game by allowing engagement algorithms to highlight and promote APM seeded content that users have an implicit bias towards. Right? So that means if you are a person who loves Malcolm X, then an APM, an advanced persistent manipulator, can come along and play on that, right? And you're naturally going to want to engage with his or her content, right? And I'm going to go into it a little bit deeper, right? It says, Watts said targeted users are often primed with content intended to incite fear, mobilize users, or draw on political narratives. Those hot button topics are designed to gain massive amounts of attention and content interaction, which in turn increases visibility of the message on platforms like Twitter and Facebook. Right? So they telling you these hot button topics that people create. And a lot of whenever you attacking the Nation of Islam, it's a hot button topic. Off top, it's a hot button topic, right? And it says that these hot button topics are designed to gain massive amount of attention and content interaction, which in turn increases visibility of the message on platforms like Twitter and Facebook. So the APM and the algorithms are working together, right? It says in doing so, APMs have historically been able to launch an array of malicious attacks, said Watts. That includes anything from hecklers using social media to discredit facts in order to advance their own narratives in some cases. Sophisticated hackers have managed to leverage their influence and access to those online communities as a launching pad to compromising, discrediting, or defacing other accounts. So they're saying that you got the hackers and you got these social media actors. These APMs are actors, right? These are actors, right? And it says over the past year, the threat surface of social media has continued to evolve as hackers invest more in social media as an attack surface. Trolling as a service is essentially disinformation for hire. I'm going to repeat that. Trolling as a service, which is essentially disinformation for hire. So these people who are spewing lies and disinformation about the Nation of Islam don't even believe it. They don't even believe the lies that they're telling. Why? Because they're hired to give this disinformation. That's why people can hop on the platform and try to debate with a Dr. Wesley and ain't even prepared. And okay. And when you okay, I'm gonna continue reading because I'm seeing some more good stuff. It says trolling as a service, which is essentially disinformation for hire, has emerged as a way for attackers to launch more sophisticated campaigns. For instance, one trolls for hire service will create websites and social media accounts for fake people or even fake universities, said Watts. Clients of the trolls for hire can boost their sock puppets persona, right? A persona is a personality. Can boost their sock puppets persona and credibility by linking profiles to the fake institutions. APMs are also leveraging social media influencers, paying them to tease a political message over and over again with their social feeds, right? So they are using social media influencers as well, right? Okay. And and I'm gonna go to the next one. But right here it says beyond trolling as a service, the social media space is also facing future threats aimed at stirring up misinformation. This includes deep fakes, right? Deep fakes. I talked about deep fakes in a prior video when I exposed how artificial intelligence and deep fakes, meaning when people or when you see these videos of these people with these historical pictures of their grandparents and historical figures, and then in the picture you see that person in the picture moving and his face is moving, and it's kind of creepy. You know what I mean? You're like, what the hell? You know, they able to make these old photos come to life. That's what a deep fake is, right? So, I'm not crazy. And I said this I exposed this a few videos ago. But here it is in this article. It says, beyond trolling as a service, the social media space is also facing future threats aimed at stirring misinformation. This includes deep fakes, which are fake and manipulated videos that utilize artificial intelligence to appear real as a method to change reality. I said that a few videos ago, right? Now let's get into part 3, because I got some stuff that I want to show y'all. Okay, first, before we get into part 3, I want to show y'all some documents right quick. Hold on, let me check the comment section, see if y'all see what's going on. Okay, praise be to Allah. All right, we in here. We about to go into it. We about to expose it. Now, I told you all about the term advanced persistent manipulator, and what they're, and I'm going to show you who they are and what their objectives are right now, because this is highly important. I'm gonna show you what they do in real time. Here we go. Okay, we got to break out the receipts. Okay, first I'm going to read the definition. An advanced persistent manipulator, right? What is an advanced persistent manipulator, or APM? APM, an actor or combination of actors perpetrating an extended, sophisticated, multi-platform, multimedia information attack on a specific target. And it's going to say the common characteristics, but I'm going to read that again. An APM is an actor or combination of actors perpetrating an extended, sophisticated, multi-platform, multimedia information attack on a specific target. Could these men, along with others, be trolls for hire, be APMs? This brother in particular, we trying to figure out not only where did he come from, but we thought your YouTube channel was dedicated to boxing. Right? Oh, we gonna expose it all. Why his video maybe appear to be something, but he's talking about something totally different. We're gonna expose it. It says common characteristics of APMs are pursue their targets and information objectives over a sustained, extended period. That's why it's advanced persistent. Are these people not persistent in their propaganda against the Nation of Islam? Are these people not consistent and persistent in attacking the Nation of Islam? If you in the chat, type 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you in the chat, type 1 for yes, 2 for no. Right? To pursue their targets and information objectives over a sustained extended period, are not deterred by account shutdowns and platform timeouts. That means when they get shut down, they coming right back with the same foolishness. They say employ combinations of influence techniques in both the real and virtual worlds. Right? They use different influence techniques online and in real life to influence their followers and their subscribers. It says, operate across all social media platforms using the unique attributes of each service to achieve their objectives. Right? So these people know how to use all these different platforms. When you go and look up Fred Hawthorne, he's on every platform. When you go and look up all these people, they know how to use all these different platforms very well. It says, have sufficient resources. Have sufficient resources to train or hire top talent, right? Like recruiters, they're able to recruit people and hire them, and develop or purchase the best technology. Right? So when we wondering, like, how these people be coming out the blue and they already doing good, they already got money, they already got connections, and it leave you scratching your head. You like, where did this dude come from? Right? And also, it says, can harness, aggregate, and parse user data for audience reconnaissance and development of adaptive tactics and techniques that skirt platform terms of service and content controls. Basically saying, that they know how to maneuver community policies. Right? YouTube community policies and stuff like that, right? And it says they know and operate within the TOS and take advantage of free speech provisions, right? So they take advantage and they use certain free speech to kind of say basically whatever they want to say. So you hear people saying some of the foulest stuff towards the Nation of Islam, but they do it. Why? Because they know how to manipulate it. Right? I remember when young Pharaoh used to do his videos and he used to be cussing and using all type of foul language, and he'd be like, all right, certain stuff I'm not going to say so I don't violate YouTube's community standards. He used to say that all the time. Right? If you was really listening to what he used to say. Right? So that's the definition of an APM, an advanced persistent manipulator. Here are their objectives and methods, right? And actors. Because these people are actors. I'm going to show y'all the information. It says objectives. The number one objective: influence audiences, shape opinions, sell products and services. I need to take a sip of water to that. The number one objective is to influence audiences, shape opinions, sell products and services. 2, discredit adversaries, right? That's the second objective, to discredit the adversaries, right? See, they not they are not really into doing positive stuff and really educating the people and trying to help people and save lives. They are more interested in discrediting people, having royal rumbles, creating mischief, always trying to expose and fight with somebody, right? That's their second objective. 3rd, enlist allies and agents. I'm going to repeat that. Enlist allies and agents. Now, how many times we see individuals who are outright attacking the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. And then next thing you know, somebody else that we seen attacking the Nation of Islam, now they got an alliance. Now they doing videos together, right? Now they on each other's platforms, taking turns bashing the Nation of Islam, right? That's one of their objectives. That's why I say hypocrites running packs. They try to enlist allies and agents, right? Their fourth objective is to incite fear and provoke conflict, right? Their fourth objective is to incite fear and provoke conflict, real or imagined, right? Check it. They are inciting fear when they make claims that the Nation of Islam only attack black people. We do violent stuff only to black people. We only hurt black people. We killed Malcolm X. That's inciting fear, right? And as they are inciting fear, they are provoking conflict. Why? They are creating conflict between brothers and sisters in the black community. Why? Because they are inciting fear. And people don't understand what they're afraid of. All they know is y'all killed Malcolm X. Y'all kicked out Khalid Muhammad. Y'all don't really love black people. Y'all self-hating, and all that other crap. They are trying to incite fear. I'm showing y'all the characteristics of a advanced, persistent manipulator or internet troll. See, in the Nation of Islam, we deal with the root of things. Right, and my apologies as well if I didn't give you all the greetings and open up properly. My apologies. I done got so far into it, but let me open in the name of Allah, who appeared to us in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. I bear witness that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is His exalted Christ, and I bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is the Messiah in our midst. And I greet the brothers and sisters with the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Please forgive me for that. But let me get back to it. So we got to, I'm exposing the nature. Why? Because the nation only deals with root knowledge. So we got to get down to the root of a thing, right? Number 5, it says distort reality. And there are little bullet points. In the bullet points, it reads, rewrite history, right? So we know that it has been a hell of a thing. Like, and I'm gonna give y'all an example. Sister Heck of a Mecca posted I think either Instagram video or Facebook video today, basically saying no matter how much information or truth or facts that the Nation of Islam presents, the people are still trying to fight with us, argue with us, despite the truth and the evidence that we present, right? And the same thing with these people trying to distort the reality, right? Trying to say, well, what about Brother Khalid Muhammad? And I just posted a video today about Khalid Muhammad. Him still showing the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan love a month before the brother passed away. They want to rewrite history. And give their own narrative of what took place despite the facts. It says in another bullet point, launder reputations, right? They want to get on a platform and make alliances with one another and have hypocrite parties, right? And they want to laugh, joke, giggle, and mock brothers and sisters trying to defame and slander good people's reputations with lies, trying to distort reality and trying to rewrite history, right? And another one says alternative explanation flooding, right? Now the methods, right? Their methods. It says compromise targets. What do they mean by compromising the targets, right? Basically, the lies that they are telling, right, are making people look at the individual that they're targeting differently. Right? They want the people, their audience, to see that person or that target in a different light or from a different perspective, other than the perspective that they should truly be seen in. Hope that makes sense. It says, method 2, social media persona creation, sustainment, and infiltration, right? Because I'm going to go into reading the article about that as well. Social media persona creation. So these people create personas. They create personalities, right? So when you go back and you look at Brother Dimitri's interview with Fred, right? The name of his channel is called Barbershop Conversations, right? It's Barbershop Conversations. He got the barber thing in the background, right? You had you thinking that, the brother cut hair. But when Brother Dimitri Muhammad asked the brother, was he a barber? The brother, he said no. And it looked like he had an attitude when the brother asked him that. But he said no. So it leaves you scratching your head like, is it so this is a theme? Right? And it says sustainment and infiltration. Right. True and false, overt and covert. So I'm going to go into that part a little bit more when I read some more of the article, right? So because they give a clear description of what that means. I can go through it, but I don't want to kind of spoil it as I'm reading from this chart. It says they create forgeries, right? These people create forgeries. Now we can go back to a young federal. He was one of the biggest scammers in the game, right? They do employ computational propaganda. I'm going to explain what that means. They leverage agents' influence, right? Stage real world provocations. Create alternative information outlets. They create alternative information outlets, right? Develop pseudoscience, revise histories. Talking about that again, right? When we go to actors, it says activist groups, extremist groups, nation states, political campaigns, lobbyists, and public relation firms, and extremely wealthy people, right? These are some of your actors, right? So I'm going to go to Advanced Persistent Manipulators, Part 3, Social Media Kill Chain. So we got 23 people in here. Family, press that like button. Copy and paste the share link. Please share this to your Facebook. Share this to your Instagram, your YouTube. Let the people know we live. Because we finna continue exposing these people and why brothers and sisters need to be especially careful and guard your minds, guard your hearts, guard your spirits, guard your ears. Right? Guard your ears, right? Because I'm finna go back in. So please bear with your brother. This ain't no lightweight stuff. All right. So this one is Advanced Persistent Manipulators, Part 3, Social Media Kill Chain. But I want to deal with specifically with the advanced persistent manipulators. Right? So some of this y'all can go back, and if you want to read the whole thing, then you can go back, but I want to deal with specific points, right? Okay, I'm going to start up here and then I'm going to go back down. So social media platform defenders outnumbered by malicious actors. Again, these people are actors, right? These people, and while we own this image, this brother right here, Brother Melchizedek, I exposed months ago how this brother said in the video how he was approached by Homeland Security. And he had spent hours on the phone with them. And they were saying how much they loved his videos. And he said, he sounded proud and happy to tell Sarnetta that he was on the phone with Homeland Security, and I believe Netflix was going to cut him a deal for like a video or something. Right? So it's not beyond these individuals. You know, it's not beyond the enemy to reach out to certain people and pay them to attack the Nation of Islam. Right? These people are actors, right? So it says social media platform defenders outnumbered by malicious actors face similar challenges from advanced persistent manipulators whose nefarious influence efforts pose an existential threat to the industry. Like APMs are well funded. Highly skilled actors pursuing goals in the cyber arena. Instead of hacking and subverting secure systems, APMs exploit vulnerabilities in social media platforms and the human psyche to manipulate public discourse. They want to manipulate public discourse. That's the main thing that we've been dealing with, public discourse, public relations, right? The Nation of Islam, we got a cold PR team because we deal with this stuff on a daily basis, right? Social media companies have achieved varying degrees of success in countering APMs, but the industry as a whole continues to trail some of the worst offending extremists in nation states. This failure, okay, hold on, we don't care about that right now. Let me go down. It says the advanced persistent manipulator kill chain. Now this one is cold. The APM kill chain begins with staging. Conducting a social media influence campaign requires the constant generation of social media personas that appear to be a natural part of the community a manipulator seeks to influence. Let me repeat that, right? Conducting a social media influence campaign requires the constant generation of social media personas that appear to be a natural part of the community a manipulator seeks to influence. These look like just average people, right? They look like they're a natural part of the community. These accounts need to have the right technical signatures. For example, they should appear to come from the target country and provide the right visual cues to look real to other users, at least at first glance. That's why I said that when you look at barbershop conversations, this man, he got this barber thing in the background with all the other stuff, and you thinking, you know, you in the barbershop or something. Right. And you know, like Brother Demetric said, you know, that's when, you know, people go to, you know, have dialogue. It's the barbershop. You know what I mean? So you gotta make people feel comfortable, right? You gotta make them feel like you are part of the community, right? So they provide the right visual cues to look real to other users, at least at first glance. New accounts have to be consistently created and maintained on different social media platforms. Older accounts appear more believable and thus hold more value, right? Let me skip that. Staging occurs routinely, regardless of an APM's influence objectives, but reconnaissance starts at the decision to infiltrate a targeted audience, right? So we got people doing reconnaissance on how they're going to infiltrate certain targeted audiences, right? So when you know how to target a certain demographic, you understand this science. When you know how to use Google ads, you know how to use Facebook ads, Instagram ads, then you understand what targeting is, right? APMs must assess the size, preferences, and potential vulnerabilities of an audience. The most sophisticated actors, they keep using that word actors, The most sophisticated actors conduct their own internal social media audience assessments, seeking to understand which platforms their target audiences use. The behavior of users on these platforms, users aggregate preferences and the factions and issues that define subgroups within the audience. So when you look at people like Hassan Campbell, when you look at people like a young Pharaoh or young Federal, you can, if you've seen them from the very beginning all the way to now, you can see how much they have grown, how much their platform has grown, and many of them have grown off using the name of the Nation of Islam. And there are others as well that's not in this picture. But we know for sure he got famous for trying to discredit the Nation of Islam, for sure. Right? So let me keep going. Prior to 2016, social media companies sought to enhance online political actors. Again, prior to, this is right after the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. Prior to 2016, social media companies sought to enhance online political actors, and by extensions, APMs' understanding of their target audiences. Cambridge Analytica services offer the best example of sophisticated reconnaissance by an APM. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of firms capable of providing such social media insights for a fee. Okay, armed with deep audience insights, an APM's next phase is targeting, identifying and classifying the audience segments to be manipulated. APMs generally have a message they want elevated within the audience they seek to engage, right? Targeting assessments identify natural supporters. They are looking for natural supporters, right? So you got a lot of these different people who just don't like the Nation of Islam for whatever reason. So when you got somebody come along saying F the Nation of Islam, don't support the Nation of Islam, then these people are naturally attracted to these actors. Right? Makes sense? So it says, targeting assessments identify natural supporters of the APM's position, and they play on that. They take advantage of that, right? Detractor, let me read that again so it makes sense. Targeting assessments identify natural supporters of the APM's position, detractors of the APM's position, and decisive segments that the APM may be able to win over. Known as agents of influence, right? These people are known as agents of influence. In Kremlin speak, APMs identify two varieties of supporters. Unwitting, common referred to as useful idiots, right? So there are people who are a part of a conspiracy and don't even know it. That's why we have to be extremely cautious when we are listening to these people. Why? Because they are unwitting participants, right? Commonly referred to as useful idiots. They are being deceived, but can the devil fool a Muslim? Right? And witting, right? So there are people who are willing participants in what's going on, willing to engage what's going on, right? They are part of what's going on, right? It says, known by the moniker fellow travelers. Smart APMs target social media personas. I'm going to repeat that. Smart APMs. APM is an advanced persistent manipulator or actor. Target social media personas. They target social media personas residing in the target audience with outsized influence, amongst those likely to support the manipulators' preferred agenda, namely celebrities, media personalities, government officials, and activists. We got some of them people among the Nation of Islam, right? But when I was trying to debate Young Federal, I was trying to debate him, right? Him and Seti, they said they didn't want no little Muslim. They said they want a big Muslim, right? Namely celebrities, media personalities, government officials, and activists. All this stuff can't just be a coincidence, family. It says, finally, a complete targeting package includes the themes, narratives, hashtags, and phrases to be advanced within the audience space to elevate supporters and divide opponents, right? Cambridge Analytica whistleblower Chris Wiley talked at length about how these packages are created and field tested. Before I continue, peace, family. Y'all there? All praises due to Allah. We're gonna keep going. I just want to make sure y'all was still with your brother. We ain't gonna be all night, but we gotta present this information because we gotta be extremely cautious. We gotta be extremely cautious, family, on who we listen to, who we subscribe to. Right? We gotta be extremely cautious who we support. All right, let's get it. It says, after the planning stages, the first operational step in the kill chain is mimicry. Successfully infiltrating an audience requires stage personas or personalities that look and talk like the audience they are emulating. Let me say that again. Successfully infiltrating an audience requires stage personas that look and talk like the audience they are emulating. So kind of like doing COINTELPRO, when you had FBI informants infiltrating the Black Panther Party, people like your William O'Neill, your Ray Woods, your Gene Roberts, you had to have people who was able to look like the people that they were targeting in order to infiltrate them. And then you learn to look like them, dress like them, talk like them, walk like them, act like them, right? I seen a documentary on, I believe, the History Channel, where how the FBI infiltrated Hell's Angels, right? And these FBI agents was wearing the colors, you know, the motorcycle jackets. They got the long beards, the long hair, they wearing the rags around their head with on the Harley. They look like, real Hell's Angels members, but these is FBI agents. We had some of them in the Nation of Islam. People that will come among us looking like us, but they working for the enemy. We got people on these social media platforms looking like us, talking like us, walking like us, acting like us. But these are trolls for hire. These people could either be working for the government or private organizations who have private interests. Could some of these people be working for the Anti-Defamation League? And why do I even say something like that? Why? Because Allah gave me the eyes to see. Allah blessed me with the eyes to see. Because I don't just see with the physical eyes, I see with the spiritual eyes. See, my mother was murdered when I was 4 years old. So I didn't have a mother's intuition to rely upon. I had to develop my own intuition. What if some of these people are hired by the Anti-Defamation League? Because there's evidence that the Anti-Defamation League had informants and spies. And I was listening to Fred with his interview with Dr. Inky. And in that conversation that they were having, y'all can go back and watch the video. He was referring to Dr. Wesley, and I believe he said something, I'm paraphrasing, I can't believe he really believed in those hate. And he stopped himself. What he was about to say, but he caught himself, is he's about to call the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad hate teachings. But in that video, that whole time, he was saying that we are taking on a liberal theology, right? We taking on the white man's theology. But here he is getting ready to use the word hate teachings in reference to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Who do we know that are our enemies, that call our teachings hate teachings? We don't really know any black people that says the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is hate teachings. Who talks like that? Somebody talk to me. Go back and watch the video and tell me that I'm lying. The brother was referring to Dr. Wesley, and he said, I can't believe that he actually really believed in those hate. And he caught himself and he stopped and he changed directions with his words. I heard exactly what he said. I heard exactly he was about to call our teachings hate teachings. The only people that call our teachings hate teachings is Satan, is the devil, is white folks, is the satanic Jews. The so-called Jews, the ADL, the SPLC, Southern Poverty Law Center, the Jewish Defense League, anybody that are Hasbara agents, that are pro-Zionists, that hate the Nation of Islam. These are the people that refer to us as hate teachings. So could these people be hired by organizations like the Anti-Defamation League to promote disinformation? That's why I say they don't really love Brother Malcolm. But let me keep reading. It says, successfully infiltrating an audience requires staged personas that look and talk like the audience they're emulating. And real quick before I continue, now remember y'all didn't see the video. I seen another video yesterday or the day before yesterday where Fred was saying that he didn't even know what black consciousness was until he got on YouTube. He didn't even know what being pro-black was. He didn't know what pro-blackness was until he got on YouTube. Right? But here he is. He one of the biggest people crying in the wilderness about Malcolm X. But yesterday you knew nothing about Malcolm X. Right? Successfully infiltrating an audience requires staged personas that look and talk like the audience they're emulating. Manipulators or actors cannot simply create accounts and push their preferred message on the targeted audience. A common failure of overt American counterterrorism influence efforts. Instead, APMs, advanced persistent manipulators, must invest months. Again, because I'm finna drive another point. APMs must invest months replicating organic target audience conversations. Instead, APMs must invest months. When you look at these people and you scroll down the timeline on their pages, on their YouTube pages, on their Instagrams and Facebook pages, right? You see that they have been attacking the Nation of Islam for months and even years. That's why they're called advanced persistent manipulators. Persistent. You know, what does persistence mean? Something that just don't stop. It just keeps going. It never ends. Right? Every time you wake up, it's a new video. Every time we wake up, it's a new post. Every time we wake up, it's a new actor. Man. Instead, APMs must invest months replicating organic target audience conversations by retweeting key influencers, resharing posts, commenting on audience posts, and possibly trafficking local news items to appear as if they are geographically and linguistically part of the audience. Social media analytics packages and social bots can help automate some of the mimicry so that APMs can concentrate time and resources on more intensive manipulation efforts. Pardon me. Advancing an APM position within a target audience requires the creation of organic-looking, engaging content pushing the manipulator's desired position. Okay, advancing an APM position within a target audience requires the creation of organic looking, right? It looks organic. It looks regular. It doesn't look suspicious at all. Engaging content pushing the manipulator's desired position. Meaning that these actors or these agents, they have to make it look natural so it doesn't give away what their true agenda is. It doesn't give away who they really are. It doesn't give away what their purpose is, right? Smart manipulators tend to use organic content from the target audience that supports their desired narratives, but legitimate content rarely satisfies all of the manipulator's objectives. Content placement occurs in many forms and with a range of sophistication. Options for content placement includes news items from state-sponsored news services, social media memes, digital forgeries, or even specially selected research presenting manipulated findings or completely bogus conclusions from sponsored or French think tanks and research centers. Right? So that's kind of like saying, well, the ADL don't like y'all, so that's why we shouldn't like y'all. They calling y'all anti-Semitic, so that's why we should believe that information. So they go ahead and they push that information as well. Okay, no, we don't want to deal with that. Okay. It says the application of APM narratives is essential for changing target audience perceptions, sowing doubt about counter arguments and distorting reality to the manipulator's advantage. Computational propaganda, like I highlighted earlier, computational propaganda has also significantly enhanced APM's ability to amplify place content, organic content supporting the manipulator's narrative, and key influencers from afar. Manipulators frequently use networks of social bots to like or share favorable content. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with bots, right? Or people who are able to buy likes and subscribers and shares. You can Google and you can find websites where you can buy 100,000 to 1 million likes. This is real, right? And this is saying that these are some of the tactics that they use. So we wonder, like, dang, man, like this fool come out of nowhere and he already got 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 likes. And here you are, you struggling with just to get 1,000 subscribers. You struggling just to get 1,000 views. And it ain't nothing for these people to just come over and just, just kill a game. Why? Because not only they are using computational propaganda by buying bots, buying likes, subscriptions, and viewers, but also they have the algorithms on their side. Right? But Allah said that we will still be the winner in the end. So don't be discouraged. So it says manipulators frequently use networks of social bots to like or share favorable content, creating the illusion of consensus on the issue, right? They're creating the illusion of consensus on the issue. Basically to say that, I'm getting all these views and all these likes and all these people that are engaging with my content, they all must agree with me. They all must agree with me, right? More advanced actors, right? They keep calling these people actors. Pardon me. These are your actors. It says more advanced actors might use their network to harass key users with opposing views or to amplify disagreement among opponents to create infighting. Let me repeat that. More advanced users might use their network to harass key users with opposing views or to amplify disagreements among opponents to create infighting. That's why I said in the post on Facebook and Instagram that we only follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, damn it. We don't follow no other influencer. We don't follow no other social media personality, YouTube personality, activist, none of them. We only follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Now, if they want to battle against one another, then we need, that's on them. Because whatever backlash they get, I don't want that backlash on me. Right? If somebody talking about voting for Joe Biden, I don't want that on me. So I'm not finna be up defending them. But as a brother, I want to see both parties come together. Brothers and sisters sit down and talk it out and hash it out. But I'm not choosing sides. Because when we start choosing sides, it start dividing up the ranks. See, and I'm not with that. I love my whole nation of Islam. I don't love just a half of the nation. I don't love just a portion of the nation. I don't love just a section of the nation. I don't love just a clique in the nation, a group of people in the nation. I love the nation of Islam. I love the structure. Right? So again, we got to be careful. When people are attacking and so-called exposing these other people, they representing their own opinion. They don't represent the nation of Islam. Because that's not how we deal with our own. Right? But let me get back to this. Where was I? Oh, okay. Creating the illusion of consensus on the issue. More advanced actors might use their network to harass key users with opposing views or to amplify disagreements among opponents to create infighting. The most well-resourced APMs invest in the deployment of fringe news sites. I know a couple of these people have those, right? Fringe news sites, television and radio broadcasts, and pundits to spread their message and positions from multiple points. As machine learning develops in this area, a list of tasks that can be automated is likely to expand. Basically saying that they are able to use technology and bots and machine learning artificial intelligence to consistently post their information, and they don't even have to physically do it themselves, right? It says, finally, enduring APMs that have successfully infiltrated an audience through mimicry, placement, and amplification can mobilize targets to undertake larger actions toward the achievement of the manipulator's ultimate goal. Signs an audience stands ready for mobilization include organic audience members reposting and sharing staged content without prompting, repeating key phrases. Oh, see, that's a lot. Check, bro. Listen to this. That's why I said a lot of these people are unwitting pawns in the troll army, right? It says signs an audience stands ready for mobilization include organic audience members reposting and sharing staged content without prompting, right? Meaning that I don't have to tell you to post, you are already influenced to do it on your own. Repeating key phrases, willingly using promoted hashtags, engaging in via direct messages with manipulator accounts, and showing interest in physical events created by the APM or other targets. Mobilization is the culmination of a full-scale social media influence effort. At this stage, manipulators are able to create a movement around injected foreign narratives, push stage content using key influencers, create and steer dialogue around chosen narratives, diffuse compromising information throughout the larger audience space, stage physical rallies, and shape the real-world actions of their supporters. And God damn it, we see y'all. We see y'all for who y'all really are. That's why I say we got to be careful who we listen to, and we have to guard our ears. Why? Because these people are actors. Wittingly or unwittingly, they are actors. And social media is assisting these actors. Because you have, again, groups like the Nation of Islam that are enemies to these large corporations, that are enemies to the government, right? That are enemies to these groups and to these people. Why? Because we teach truth to power. And they censor us, they ban us, they block us, they mute us, right? We can hardly get in the algorithms, right? We can hardly get our content seen. We can hardly get our content heard. But the moment somebody make a video saying why I left the Nation of Islam, when anybody make a video of saying Nation of Islam exposed, when anybody can make a video of Louis Farrakhan exposed, they get 100,000 views. They get 1 million of subscribers. Hold on 1 second, fam. Hold on. Sorry about that. So how many of y'all with me on that? and I don't want to hold y'all tonight. If y'all want to hop on, I'll let y'all come on and build with your brother. But I gotta go through that information. That this information is vitally important. Why? Because these are advanced, persistent manipulators. These are actors. Some of these people ain't even real people. These are personas that they putting on, that they creating. These are trolls for hire. These people are working either for the government or private organizations. Right? Because again, you saying that our teachings are hate teachings? Really? No, sir. No, sir. So again, this is important that I put this information out. Brothers and sisters, look further into the information. Investigate more on this information. Spread the information, because again, this is vitally important. We got to be careful what we put into our minds. We got to be careful of the people that we're listening to, and really sometimes we are unwitting pawns. Why? Because sometimes we share their videos. Sometimes we watch the videos, and that's also helping their algorithm. Right? And I'm showing you all how this social media can be manipulated and can be leveraged. The social media can be manipulated and be leveraged. Why? Because it's designed to take some of the most provocative hot topics and magnify them. Right? This is how we all know what somebody said about the nation, but when somebody responds to these people that's in the nation, you hardly even hear about it. You hardly even hear about it. So we still got some time. If brothers and sisters want to come up and build with me, man, and build on the topic, I'm gonna post the link in the chat, and brothers and sisters can tap in, and we can build, man. I got some time, and if y'all want to ask me some questions, I'll take some questions and answer them, because there's more information. I didn't present everything because I don't want to, just talk y'all ears off. I don't know how y'all feel about me doing all that reading. Some people ain't got a long attention span. You know what I mean? But I thank y'all for still being here and listening to your brother, expose this information. So I posted the link in the chat, and I got some time. If you want to click the link and you want to come on, hop on, and if you want to ask me any questions, if you want to make a comment, feel free to do so. If not, we gonna check out of here early. So I'm gonna wait for a few minutes. But again, family, the a lot of these internet trolls, these people were hired to do what they're doing. These people are hired to do this. This is their job. So not only they're getting paid from these private organizations, they are getting Google AdSense. They're getting super chats. They're getting Cashapp. They're getting donations. They eating from multiple sources. We got our brother from the East, brother Munikai. Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum salam, beloved. Can you hear me well?
Yes, sir. I can hear you very well, black man.
All praises due to Allah, brother. I wish I could have came back yesterday, but I had to jump out and go and pay the bills. But brother, I thank Allah First of all, assalamu alaikum to everybody who's watching live or by video. I thank Allah for you, Brother Malcolm Flex, because I'm thinking about the scriptures, Bible and Quran, that say Pharaoh and his magicians or his enchanters cast first. They cast first. And the Quran says that the enchanters, the magicians, overawed the eyes of the people that were watching. But the books also say that Moses and Aaron cast their rods and it absorbed their lives. This whole live, brother, has been basically, Brother Jeff's in the house, all praises due to Allah.
Yes, sir.
This whole life is basically said one thing. Have you ever noticed, and I've been noticing that, for all the talk about, young federal, as we call him now, because he is young federal, where has he been? All the talks going on in black community, he only comes out if Brother Reza Islam's place, and all of a sudden you go from 0 to 200% likes and shares and views. You haven't heard from that guy since. And as you said, they only come out when it's something about the Nation of Islam. And besides that, you haven't seen hide nor hair of them. So where do they go? Where's their money? Who's funding them? And so I thank Allah that you've given us the name Advanced Persistent Manipulators,
APMs.
APMs. And also, Brother Malcolm, if you haven't done so, just as a recommendation, maybe I want to put those links to maybe on somewhere in the comments or something. So
I'm gonna do it in the description. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the description.
Because I Googled them and I found them myself.
Right.
So yes, sir. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, stick around, brother Munikai. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jeff. Brother Jeff, can you hear us? It look like he might be driving.
Yes, sir. But I thank you, brother, because you see, this is the kind of thing that we need to know, and we need to just from now on, just be like, yo, was it APM in the house? When they are showing out, because as you said, you heard that Fred didn't even know what black consciousness was.
I have the video. This brother said he didn't even know what being pro-black was until he got on YouTube.
Let me get this. Now, let's put this in perspective. You are a grown black male in America, meaning you have to be at least 35 something years old. He looks like he's 35 at least. And all this time in your life, it wasn't until YouTube that you became pro-black. The question is, then what were you before that?
He was a politician.
He was a politician?
He was a politician. He was running for city council in Whittier.
So he was not pro-black when he was running for office. And when he's on YouTube, he became pro-black. And you don't know. That means according to when he got on YouTube, that's when he discovered Malcolm X. I mean, just keep that in perspective. He didn't know, support, all these pro-black people, Black Panthers, Nation of Islam, Marcus Garvey, Baba Hannibal Afrique, and all Fannie Lou Hamer, all these pro-black people, and he just didn't discover that until at his age. Then what was he doing with his life? That's the kind of question we should be asking, because everybody who gets up and says they pro-black, just because the face is pro-black doesn't mean that the mind and spirit is pro-black. And that's the problem a lot of people have. All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
That's right.
So,
and just like we always say, it just seems like around Savior's Day and the Holy Day of Atonement, that's when the numbers are up and the time to attack the Nation of Islam. Like we see it, when you look at the spiritual analytics, you know what I mean, and you see, you measure it on a graph, and you see all the times when the nation is being attacked. It's around Savior's Day and it's around the Holy Day of Atonement. You know what I mean? And So again, like I was saying earlier, that these individuals understand analytics. They understand target markets and demographics. They know how to attack and infiltrate certain demographics and audiences. You know what I mean? And they know how to infiltrate certain audiences. You know what I mean? So it ain't nothing to get into the Malcolm X conversation. You know what I mean? And getting that conversation, and then now you blow up, you got 1 million subscribers now, all off the Nation of Islam.
The beautiful thing about it, though, dear brother, is this, though. Here's, just as we don't eat pork,
Right.
but pork has a purpose, that's spiritual pork that we don't eat, but it has a purpose. Brother Jeff is coming back in, but here's the purpose. That their activity, the activity of the APMs, the advanced persistent manipulators, is a way to check the barometer of everybody who is attracted to that
Right.
kind of BS.
Right.
Because
that's a good point.
What they're doing is they're basically showing, oh, okay, so they're still susceptible to the talking point of, okay, but y'all niggas killed Malcolm. Oh, okay, and you can, okay, this person still believes that, this person still believes that. That means that the people that like it have an orientation in their heart, in their mind, that, okay, the APM is just voicing it, but these are the people that believe it. Yeah, the actor's saying it, but they're like, yeah, that's what I really believe in my heart. But until the APM says it, then it's just hush hush. No one knows about it.
Right. So we got Brother Art just came in. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Art, and Brother Jeff.
Like, man.
You was already on, so Brother Jeff, you have the floor, and then we're gonna pass it on to Brother Art. Brother Jeff, can you hear us? You got the floor, my brother. Can you hear us, Brother Jeff? I'm Brother Jeff. Yeah. I want to give him an opportunity to speak. Go ahead, Brother Art. Ain't heard from you in a minute, brother. You've been doing big things over there.
I'm trying. But yeah, brother, I had to listen in, and these brothers that we're talking about, or I mean, hell, we call them brothers. They wouldn't have, they didn't, we didn't see them in the 80s and 90s. I didn't hear too many people just come out of nowhere and just say, y'all killed Malcolm. They wouldn't even say that to an FOI's face, ever. So, I mean, since this whole I call it YouTube courage, since they brought that in, it's like, it's either, because you can't punch, they won't get hurt if you punch the screen. And they have like disguised names. I guess I do too. But the part that I try to call out is, where were you when everything was going and getting? Where were you? Where were you when PE was out? Where were you when most of us was really like in the paint in people's face about knowledge of self? And, I mean, we were going hard. About our past captains over the years out here at the West Coast.
Right.
And they shoot, man, come on. Dr. Colley was around. They would not try to feel that smoke when it came to the whole Malcolm thing. The only time we really started getting a little heat is when that movie came out.
Right.
When the movie came out, I think a couple of FOIs got killed. I forgot where.
Wow.
Over an argument. But for the most part, still, it wasn't like this back then. So I definitely do call these people out when I'm like in front of them. Like, where were you? You weren't there. Matter of fact, they were hiding because they knew. Just imagine, y'all. Imagine if they did come out like that.
Right.
Oh my God. It it would have been ugly. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you represent, or what kind of hotel drinks you drink or whatever. It wouldn't go down.
Right.
It wouldn't go down. Now, don't get me wrong. I heard a few, but like I said, a few. But these people coming out like they were born back in 1965 and saw the operation. Come on, that part that does kind of bug me. Like, I'm not an example as far as being active, but I do know enough to where when you start hanging out. I can throw some names out. I mean, you hang out with brother Minister Charles and brother Wazir. Wazir was there.
Right.
He was
Cold
there.
soldier.
Yeah, man. So, the brother that got shot, that was in a wheelchair, when they shot in the Maz 27, he was there too. He showed me
Right.
pictures of him and Malcolm's daughters.
Wow.
You know, I'm telling you, y'all, when people start coming out with this, I can say, I guess BS or whatever, I'm like, stop lying. You lying. You try, because one, for the most part, there's still a lot of jealous and envy on how FOI conduct themselves. Let's just keep it real.
Right.
Discipline, clean, uh, pretty much keep the family together. All the stuff that you hear in red pill spaces, that's
Mm-hmm.
FOI. FOI
Mm-hmm.
and MGT together. We have our own unit. We have restrictive laws. We have general orders to keep things in order. All these different things. We have that, and it's been since 1930.
That's right.
So I mean, that's my method though. I always call them out. Like, where were you in the 80s and
What,
90s?
what's your thoughts on the information that I'm bringing out today?
Well, I came in at the tail end. That's why I was kind of
Okay.
delaying.
Okay.
But I was hearing about how people were coming out and throwing all kinds of talking points,
Right.
against the nation and the brotherhood, and then things that they can't even prove that they're making up and trying to push a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to come in and speak on that while I have a little battery time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. When you get the chances, press rewind on the video, man, so you can actually uh uh be immersed into the information that I'm presenting, because some real nefarious stuff going on, and people think we stupid. They think we stupid out here. They don't think we intelligent enough to see the games that they are playing. And so we gonna expose them. Brother Monikai, brother Evan asked for me to ask you about this situation with Dr. Sabi's son, because Dr. Inky said that the Nation of Islam was trying to sabotage Victor Bowman on doing the math. So, like I told them last night, that we had a conversation with Sister Janita Harris, me and you, on Clubhouse. Would you like to share some of that conversation with the audience?
Oh, yes, sir. All praises due to Allah. Yes, sir. Most definitely I would. That's another example of people, and I'm just going to be blunt. When people, be careful about people who were not there giving you, they just going to tell you what happened. But see, they throw it out there without giving an explanation. Sister Janita Harris said that, first of all, it was her, Sister Janita Harris, who is not a member of the Nation of Islam, who heard about Dr. Sabi's son was in town, and she just, casually said, would you like to, talk with Dr. Wesley Muhammad, and would you like to talk to him? And then it was Dr. Sabi's son who then started putting out and billing it as a debate between him and Dr. Wesley Muhammad. It wasn't Dr. Wesley Muhammad or the Nation of Islam who did that. Dr. Sebi's son said that. And Sister Janita didn't even bill it like that. She didn't offer it like that. She just said, well, would you like to have a discussion? That's the first point. It was Dr. Sebi's son who started promoting it as a debate, between, Dr. Wesley and Dr. Wesley and Dr. Sebi's son. That's the first point. Point number two is, Brother Victor, who is Dr. Sebi's son, he had his translator there. And now, see, I speak Spanish fluently. Yes, I do, which is what. And the translator was not even accurately translating what Dr. Wesley was saying. First of all, he wasn't translating it well. He was hardly translating it at all. And he wasn't even translating it properly what Brother Victor was saying. If you are a Spanish speaker, you heard it, you will know that it wasn't going right. But then our sister Janita, out of love and respect, she told us that, when she heard that Brother Victor was, if he's vegetarian or vegan, she went and got some food, the food that she believed would be for him. And there were just some things that Brother Victor just didn't eat. That's not part of the Dr. Sebi diet. And he was offended. Sister Janita did not know. That was an honest mistake. But then what happened was Dr. Wesley, because his name is on the show and because we as FOI, he didn't leave the sister out there and say, well, she did it. No, he apologized, and it's on video. Dr. Wesley took the responsibility and apologized to Brother Victor that for the insult, that the food was not appropriate. He apologized sincerely. It was a mistake. There was no insult intended. And Brother Victor got hot, and apparently he walked out.
That's right.
The point, this is on video. The point is to say that the Nation of Islam assaulted Brother Victor, Dr. Sebi's son, is an attempt to rewrite history.
There you go.
And the deeper part is, you see, this was a video. You can find it. It's hours long. The conversation is right there. You hear Sister Janita said, "Oh, Brother Victor, I'm so sorry."
Well, alaikum salam, Brother Jeff. Brother, hold on real quick, Brother Munikai. Brother Jeff,
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother. We get back to you, Brother Munikai.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, his service is bad. I think he's driving. But we'll have you finish, Brother Munikai, because you saying hey y'all, again, we ain't rehearsed this. We didn't rehearse this. We didn't go in behind in the back office and have a conversation and build on this, me and Brother Munikai. And he's saying exactly the same thing that I'm saying. He's actually giving y'all more than what I'm saying. Listen to what he's saying.
Again, it was that Sister Janita, out of respect, went and got some vegetables and fruits. She was not aware of the style of there are certain vegetables that Brother Victor doesn't eat. It was an honest mistake. But the thing is, that actually is not the point. Look, go to doing the math with Dr. Wesley. Go look at the entire discussion. Dr. Wesley simply produced scientific fact and gave an explanation of the how to eat to live by the Nation of Islam. And we love Dr. Sebi. We respect Dr. Sebi. But, none of us are perfect. And dear Dr. Sebi was not perfect either. There was some things that the brother, Dr. Sebi, may Allah be pleased with him, that he said that was just not correct. And so what? Are we now going to be all like, well, you insulted the honor because by saying it wasn't correct? The brother was human, but there's just some things that were not correct. And Dr. Wesley respectfully brought documentation to say that, great shout out to Dr. Sebi, but on this point here, he just wasn't correct. That's not an insult. And brother Victor, when shown that, this point here, this point here, this point there, but that's not entirely accurate, the brother got offended. And then he brought up the food. He brought up the food and saying, you all disrespected me and this, that, and the other. And Dr. Wesley covered down on Sister Janita. Sister Janita, in the conversation that Malcolm Flex and I had with her. This is months later. She still feels bad about it.
That's right.
She
feel
feels bad today about something that happened months ago. And Dr. Wesley covered and said, no. Look, it's
took full responsibility.
It's my responsibility. I'm taking the full. But, Brother Victor was not, at that point, he was like, nah, man, I'm out. So the point is for Dr. or for Mr. Inky to say the Nation of Islam ambushed. At what point? At what point? Because the Nation of Islam, Dr. Wesley didn't jump up and start talking about, well, I'm going to debate the son of Dr. Sabi, and that's not our way.
That was Victor posting the
flyer. That was Victor. That was the son of Dr. Sabi who put out that flyer. Dr. Wesley didn't know nothing about it. So it's for Inky to say that the nation ambushed. See, this is what happens. And this is exactly what happened on Barbershop with Fred. When you come for the members of the Nation of Islam, I'm going to help you. We are trained to go to the root. When we give us a subject, we're going to look at it up, down, left, right, inside, out, backwards. And when we speak on a subject, we are striving to be mathematically 100% exact on the subject.
That's right.
Otherwise, we don't talk about it. If I say I'm going to give my opinion, I'll say I'll give my opinion. Brother Malcolm Flex will say in my opinion. But if we in the nation, when we in the Nation of Islam speak, we are trained. We don't go off of opinion.
Exactly.
We go off of actual fact. And what happened on Barbershop with Dr. Wesley is the same thing that happened with Brother Victor. They did not expect that their positions could be mathematically, scientifically analyzed and shown where their knowledge was not as thorough as they thought it was. That's it.
Right.
You just simply did not know as much on the topic as you thought you did. And Dr. Wesley, again, 20, 30 years undefeated on the topic. You got to have you got to have something. You got to have God in your corner to go before a panel of 64 Islamic scholars and prove to them that God can come in the person of a man that they don't believe, and they say, whoa.
Wow.
You
and a quick note.
Go ahead, brother. Go for it,
and a quick
brother.
note, just to add on, because I'm no stranger to some of Dr. Sabi's family members as well. Two of his daughters, and they're on both sides of the. Let's just say they don't get along, or they're at odds still, and you have so many branches of the family that have been moving different recipes around, including Dr. Sabi. So he doesn't have everything just like he did in the 80s or even in the 90s. He was always changing his recipes. He's always changing his formulas. Matter of fact, you even see how he was changing his electric food list. So when people try to say, "Oh, it's all intact," he keeps changing it. So I'm just adding that into what the brother was talking about. You got to take things with a grain of salt and stop looking for someone to dismantle what the teachings are. That's what I would throw in there. I don't know if that fit, but
no, I think that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Because the thing is, the thing is, and I think one of the points that you trying to highlight, is that, the brother was a work in progress. He wasn't perfect. You know what I mean? His recipes, his products wasn't perfect. The brother said he didn't read books. Dr. Sabi said that himself. He said he didn't read books. He said he never read a book. You know what I mean? So, but we still respect the brother. We got love for the brother. We never, ever use any type of disgusting, foul language to none of our elders and our leaders. in our communities. None against none of our brothers and sisters. We don't use no foul language talking about, I hope he died. I hope she died from cancer. If this was back in the day, we chopped their head off, and we don't talk like that. You know what I mean? And another thing is that how can you have such strong opinions about people that you don't even know? You know what I mean?
Don't know, never read their research. And, Barbershop Fred, if you just getting black conscious when you got on YouTube, well, then we can trace your level of black consciousness. That's what, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? How long is that? What? And so you're saying that your black consciousness is how many years old, and it doesn't go beyond YouTube. And so, doctors, peace is the way. That's right. We love, honor, respect. It's just a question of, brother, sister, on this point, you may not have as much information on the topic as you believe, and here's why we say so. That's not the same as saying, damn, Malcolm Flex, if you was me in the street, I'd do this to you and that to you. That's not how we do in the Nation of Islam. But people who these advanced, persistent manipulators do it to us. So the question is, what makes more sense? That we in the Nation of Islam are wrong in our position when all we talk is position, and we show respect to you all when we have a disagreement. We still show you respect, brother, sister. Go ahead and do your thing.
We ain't calling out y'all. We ain't calling y'all out y'all name. We ain't calling y'all niggas. We ain't calling y'all bees. Y'all calling us niggas, bees, bean pie eating mother effers, and it's like, is all that necessary? Just because we having a disagreement? Just because I'm showing that you really don't know what the hell you talk? Well, we on Clubhouse, and I'm having a conversation with some brothers, man. And the brother and we talking about Malcolm X, and the brothers, he's telling me, because they going off the video where the minister said, what if we kill Malcolm X, right? And I had to explain to the brother, well, if is a conditional statement. It's a hypothetical statement. It's not an absolute statement. If I say if, that's a hypothetical. What if we did it, right? Doesn't mean that that's the actual reality. So you got to explain this. You got to explain words to these brothers and sisters, right? So he's saying, well, just off that alone, because he had everybody he was manipulating the energy. They did what they did off of the minister's energy. And I said, brother, we are a military. We don't go off of energy and emotions. I said, we only go off of orders. That's what a military does. We don't go off of energy and emotions. We're not an emotional army. We only go off orders, and the orders was to leave Brother Malcolm alone. Anything else, anything other than that is BS. Sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No. And on top of that, and it's like the minister's, let's see, to think that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the 1950s and 60s had any kind of influence in the Nation of Islam is like saying the President of the United States calls the mayor of Kalamazoo, Michigan, to get his advice on what to do about a national security threat. That right there, that he was a local minister.
He was very young too.
He was very young. He had and they haven't even they don't talk about what Muhammad Ali said.
Yo, oh man, Malcolm Flex. Didn't you show some footage on that?
Yes, sir.
I think Malcolm Flex showed it. Yes. But yeah, he was very clear on his position.
Go, everybody who's listening, Google Muhammad Ali's comments on Malcolm X and put side by side the famous quote that they keep showing you. First of all, look, I'm sorry, this may be off topic, but I just got to deal with this right now.
Go ahead.
I was there in 1984 when the comment was first coming. I'm coming out with this.
Go ahead.
Look, the quote that you keep hearing about Louis Farrakhan call for Malcolm's death, it says Malcolm is a man worthy of death. If there's a period there, you've been lied to. You have been absolutely lied to. That is like, okay, here it is. Give me Brother Malcolm Flex. I'm asking for a second.
Go ahead.
All right.
You got the floor.
Brother Malcolm Flex, I said to Brother Malcolm Flex, brother, you gonna die soon if you don't change your diet and eat healthy. Brother Malcolm Flex, do you feel threatened by that? Brother, you gonna die soon if you don't eat right and exercise. Do you feel threatened by that?
No, sir.
All right. Now the brother, what's the brother who's else on the line with us right now?
Brother
Art Style.
Okay, Brother Art. Mm-hmm. If Brother Art went and told someone else, man, the brother in the East told Malcolm Flex he gonna die soon. That's the equivalent.
No. Art would be like, no, brother in the East said he gonna kill Brother Malcolm.
Yeah, they're gonna add more to it.
Soon.
Yeah, that's what they saying. So something happened to Brother Malcolm. Brother Art is saying no. Brother in the East killed him because he said.
Mm-hmm.
The fact, family, is this: if you look at the Honorable Louis Farrakhan's action, he said Malcolm would be worthy of death and would have met with death if it wasn't for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's confidence in victory, Allah giving him victory over his enemies, period. That's where the period comes. You don't clip a full sentence in half and put a period there. That's called changing a person's words.
That is crazy.
That's what happened.
And according to the family, I'm just speculating. I think the daughters and Betty, they were holding the minister to a certain position because they felt that he should have sided with them. I don't, if you listen to the one that's a professor, what's her name? Aisha?
Attila?
Oh, not the oldest. The oldest still got some issues. The oldest, the other one that she was on Vlad a few times.
Yeah, that's that's not Attila.
No, Attila is the one that has a lot of issues, man.
I know it's not Kabila.
No, it's I think it's Aisha. Alicia.
Iasha. I can't pronounce the name right now.
I think it's something like that.
Ilyasa.
Hell, she looked like Malcolm herself. She looked like him.
Right. But, Sister Ilyasa.
There you go. And she broke it down. She just said, things have heated up and things have happened, but she definitely made no bones about saying that it wasn't the nation or the minister.
Right.
So that's my whole thing. I'm always putting that out there because I just hate, just like you guys are talking about the whole thing with they're trying to make the whole Sabi versus Dr. Wesley, where people, it just seems like people just love beefs. They love that whole this versus that. And it's even more prevalent when you can sneak behind something and be the Don King of it. It's, I can call it out, but, as long as we stay on our purpose and follow the restrictive laws, it definitely keeps us separated from all of that madness if you can stay disciplined.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I think brother also makes a good point right here. Brother 1159. My thing is, if they really had the truth with them about Malcolm X, then why do they have to twist the minister's words up? Well, that's a great point, and I read why earlier. These people are actors. They are paid to promote and propagate disinformation, right? They don't even really believe what they push.
Playing the role. They playing a role.
What's crazy on that, brothers? Nobody ever talks about the dude that just died in New Jersey. The one that actually pulled the trigger.
They
don't talk about this man.
Yeah, Shotgun Man. You talking about Shotgun Man?
Yeah, the one that was like the pillar of the community, and
Yeah,
Bradley,
a
Shock Grumman.
politician worked with him.
Bradley, yeah.
Bradley,
Bradley.
but yet he pulled the trigger and was an admitted informant and everything, work operative. So they're going after the minister, doing things for our people, and not really holding this man accountable. Even the
And
Muslim community over there.
Or Thomas Hagen. Thomas
Oh,
Hagen
yeah,
was the
man.
only one that was caught. He was the only one that was caught. He admitted to the murder. He helped exonerate the two brothers who were out of the New York mosque and Muhammad's mosque number 7, and then he named his other 4 accomplices, right? But they ain't got you never ever hear our critics having smoke for the actual trigger man. When the actual trigger man was in his parole hearing, he did a parole hearing, and CNN recorded it. And the parole board asked Thomas Hagen, they said, did the Nation of Islam tell you all or order you all to murder Malcolm X? And he specifically said in that parole board hearing, right before he was released, he said the Nation of Islam did not order us or put into our mind to murder Malcolm X. He said we did this on our own for the most part. I'm going to repeat that.
And it was done for money.
And it was done for money. So he said the Nation of Islam did not order us to do it or put it in our minds. We did this on our own for the most part. So the trigger man, one of the killers, exonerates the Nation of Islam.
I used to.
No,
go ahead, man.
But no. Here's the response to that. How would he know? He's just a trigger man. How would he know what if the nation put the idea in his mind? Wait a minute. He said the nation didn't put the idea in his mind, and you're going to dispute him who pulled the trigger? That's confession. That's how sick this is, brother. Go ahead, brother Art. Go ahead.
And the thing is, for him to do the whole denouncing of the president, was it that important?
You know what I'm saying?
Think about that. Malcolm, was it really that important? He already knew the risk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I mean, it was no secret that he was next in line to pretty much run the nation. Right? So was it that important for him to do that anyway, even after the orders were put out there for the whole nation to keep silent for a while?
Right.
See, people don't look at that, man. They don't put I'm going back and forth with people saying, well, that Elijah Muhammad didn't want him to tell the truth. I mean, for him to say chickens come to roost, what's that gonna do for us?
And not only that, before JFK passed away, he was going hard on JFK.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. Before that, he had been banging on JFK like heavy. You know what I mean? But when somebody died, that's not the time to kick them while they down. You know what I mean? That's why the minister teaches us that we respect the deceased. You know what I mean? So when he got that order, and like you're saying, at some point, you got to stop. You know what I mean? And that was the time to stop. And he didn't stop. He kept going. And that was the issue. With the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So but it's not some grand, see, this is what I hate. It's not some grand conspiracy that, the Nation of Islam was trying to silence Brother Malcolm because Elijah Muhammad was really jealous of Malcolm. Oh, the Nation of Islam is trying to assassinate and silence Brother Malcolm because he found out some bad things Elijah Muhammad was doing behind closed doors. It is not no grand conspiracy. Elijah Muhammad made the man.
And they paint the picture. And they paint the picture like there's like two nationals next, on both sides. And he got this big old desk with the star crescent in the middle, and he's writing down stuff and saying, "Here, go kill Malcolm."
The white man created a damn horror story, and we believe it's real.
I'm
Like
like, come
you
on
know when
now.
the new horror movies come out, they be having the trailers, and you watch the trailer, you like, ooh man, this movie finna be cold. That's what they did with this whole Malcolm X piece.
I crack up,
And
man. I mean, I feel sad when I hear these people talk, but I crack up at the same time because no matter how much you put out there, it's not going to tarnish the brand of the Nation of Islam. It will
and
never
and
tarnish
that's
the brand.
and that's what then that brother, what you just said right there is the thing that has them vexed the most because they're like going, now look, brother, brother Art, you and I, we've been around from the long time
That's right.
since
Yeah, I got my X
19.
in 91.
I was born in the nation, prior to 75,
Oh,
came back,
there you go.
I was there. When I say I was there for the rebuilding from 78, 79. As a child, I was there.
You was
I was
there.
out, I was with the people joke about, look, I'm not gonna mention any names, but let's just say in my family home, a lot of people who we talk about in reverence used to come by there just normal. I'll just say it that way without
Right,
name dropping.
right.
Every moment. When the biggest example is in 1984 when the controversy with the members of the Jewish community jumped off. They have done everything they can to stop the Nation of Islam, and whenever they've done it to other people, it's been successful. People are at their wits' end to figure out how has the Nation of Islam survived. And that's why they're getting all of these advanced, persistent manipulators because they're figuring, well, perhaps we'll be more successful if our message is coming from a black face.
And
Right.
that's the key. See, that's the key. See, that's how they was able to topple Patrice Lumumba. They used people that look like him to do their dirty work. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's why I did this video, and I'm really cautioning brothers and sisters who watch this video to be extremely careful because that person that you may think is a real person, you know, is an actor. You know, the backgrounds and the content seems organic, but no, this was cooked up in the witch's pot. Woo,
Yeah. And
this
I want people to really, and I got this from, Malcolm, my in-laws. They taught me a
right,
lot.
right.
And, you know, I, I want people to really check out Savior's Day right after Malcolm got killed and really look at the audience and listen to what was said. Because people try to put this whole thing where, okay, after Malcolm got killed, the nation fell. Heck no. The nation got bigger. When you hear it, I mean, when you hear people, I don't know, people still living that's been there at that time that I haven't met. I mean, that's probably still living, but there weren't even places to sit. It was so jam packed. So my point is that even every time there's a big event, even when they talked about the whole thing about the minister going in on a what do you call it? I think it was that controversy when Jesse Jackson was running
Right.
for president. It was still like supporters coming in, like nothing happened. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Every time
right.
That's
there's always something. It's
that's
always deep.
1984. That's
Thank you.
1984. I'm telling you. I'm
It's
telling you.
always so they're always
1984.
coming back, and we talking about lost found and believers. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, we have some people that kind of stray away and then go back to the grave, whatever. But it's not that much. It's not that much of a difference. That's what
Right.
So that's why I still this is my foundation. That's why I come on your panel. Because these are things that I carry with me everywhere I go. People do ask me, "Dang, where you get that from? You military?" "Oh, I was in the Nation of Islam." You
Man.
know,
Yes,
they
sir.
I've been all over. I mean, Brazil. Brazil knows about Nation of Islam because of me.
Mm,
Okay, I showed them. Some people tried when they saw a picture of the minister and they saw the picture of Malcolm. Oh, he's this. He's me, and I'm like, uh-uh. then I, because I can speak Portuguese. I'm like,
Right.
no, he didn't say that.
Okay.
So I
Man, see,
start
look,
breaking it down.
we got some exotic brothers on this panel.
So I can break it down because I have a wife from Brazil, and her son is trying to get knowledge of self.
Right.
All
Okay,
praise
in
Oh,
to the
Brazil.
we
divine.
gonna have some mosque out there in Brazil in a minute.
Yeah, because the problem is, and I know brother can tell you too on this panel, most of the time you got to learn English to get these teachings. Most of the time,
Mm.
they don't have it in these different languages. So
But I'm
I'm
gonna
telling
give
you,
the believers though a hint though. I'm gonna give the believers a hint. If you're registered in the Nation of Islam, what's the name of the last lesson in the Supreme Wisdom?
Are
Answer the
you
question.
asking?
I'm asking
You
the question.
answer?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
for
the
the chat, or are you asking us?
yeah for the chat? What's the name of the last lesson
they they're
in?
gonna Google it, brother.
I know they're good, but there's enough Muslims on the chat. What's the name of the last lesson in the Supreme Wisdom? I'm asking for a reason because Brother Art, he's down there in Portugal, got the Portuguese. Yo hablo español también, brother. I speak Spanish, but I'm asking
Okay,
it for this is a lesson for the Muslims right now. I'm going to tell you something
You talking to y'all?
that the Savior has done and is doing for us. So I don't know, brother Malcolm Flex. Is anyone answering the chat? What's the name of the last lesson? Have they answered?
They ain't commented yet. I'm waiting for them to comment. It's
That's
taking so
sad.
long.
They taking too long. Maybe they got to go and get their books. But it
I
should be
can, I
really
can, I
easy.
can. Does it start with good homes?
No, I'm talking about like the actual title, the
Okay, I'm
title
just
itself,
messing
the
with you,
actual
brother.
title. I know. But look, okay. In the interest of time, look, it's called English lesson number C1.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Mm,
always asked myself, why would the Savior name the lesson English
mm,
lesson number C1?
mm,
Now, this is not official. This is just your brother talking. But as a brother who is been fluent in Spanish and who Allah has assigned to live overseas in Japan, I can tell you that the Savior has gone around the world and he has made English the lingua franca of the world. It is the de facto language of all airlines. You can get on a plane in Japan to go to Thailand. They'll give the announcement in Japanese, the announcement in English, and the announcement in Thai. Nobody on the plane may be an English speaker, but it is international law that you have to have English. No matter where the
Wow.
Savior has made it. So since we in America, the teaching's going to come from us who speak English, we need to be learning other languages, but the Savior has made it so that the world
That's
is learning
powerful.
English.
That's
And
powerful.
I'm in a position to tell you that there are people who are learning English and who, as Brother Art said, down in Brazil, when they come in contact with you, their first you and I who are on this live and everybody else, we are ambassadors for Islam no matter where you go. If you go into a city and you're the only Muslim in that city, that you are sent there by the law and
and
his Christ, and you are the representative of Christ in that location. That's
Mm.
how
and just
serious this is.
and just to add, brother, you know, I mean, for sure, I pretty much, what is it, walk, well, anyhow, I carry myself pretty well, and what happens is when I go overseas, and how can I say, when I go overseas, walk around, I'm just gonna say it straight up. I have the FOI walk everywhere I go, and people like, oh dang, who was that? You know, and it's like, oh, there it is. Walk my post, the perfect matter, keeping always on the alert. That's second nature. And the thing is, like, you can see some of the black folks. I'm talking about Brazil. You see some of the black folks, they walk their head down, they avoid eye contact, especially with the white folks. I look at them dead in the eye. When you see the black people around there, I give them the head nod. The brother head nod. I keep that energy there, man. I mean, that's the guy we exemplify. And so again, when they start asking, you know, like, I mean, there's always someone tapping on the shoulder. You're not from here. Where are you from? It is crazy because I'm an educator. I teach college and high school, and I teach out there.
That's right.
So all that stuff right there, good homes, friendships, all walks of life. This is the stuff that the messenger and the savior, they planted this, man. It'll never die. And plus it's worldly to where here I am. I'm a young Rudy Poot. I wasn't raised in it, but I did come in when I was 17, and I'm almost 50, and I'm still pushing it.
Wow.
I'm still pushing it, you know.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Every now and my whole thing is always just keep in touch with the captain and then the minister out here, just to keep me planted. But you never. I mean, the thing is, it's a lot of us. It ain't just me. It's a lot of us that you don't see.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what? In the theology of time, the messenger said this.
Right.
He
Oh yeah,
said
I already
this.
know. You already know you're gonna go.
So
You got angels among you. You don't even know.
so I don't want to scare people, but you can't stop this. You can't stop it. A dude could look like a black Santa Claus, but you didn't see him. You didn't see him
And,
30 years ago, suited and booted.
and that's the beautiful thing of what you're saying, because being in LA soldiering, man, I did run into so many different brothers and sisters who were in the nation, who were associated with the nation, who had parents that was in the nation, had some type of affiliation or run in with the Nation of Islam. So it's just funny, man, that people, they do what they do, but you ain't even know you might have family members in the nation that you don't even know
Mm-hmm.
about.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me
And
start. Don't get me started on that one. The family.
and
I'm
and
like,
and and
mhm.
yeah, and it's funny, brother Art's 50. I turned 50 this year. He's an educator. I'm a teacher. I teach, and so brother, and he's international. So am I. And here's the thing that you brothers and sisters need to understand about the Nation of Islam. When it says that there are people watching, black, from the whole spectrum, black, brown, red, yellow, and white. I'm telling you, people are watching, and they are calculating what they do based on the movement of you as a member of the Nation of Islam. You going to the grocery store, filling up gasoline in your car, you're being watched. Not watched as in like the government's watching, but that's true too. That's like saying water's wet. But the people watch the way we move.
Yep.
And you naturally have a magnetism about you. And and your Islam comes out no matter what you're doing. You can be cooking food. Sister could be over there showing some people just a recipe. The MGT comes out, and the people are like, there's just something different about you.
that's right. That's right.
And
Get it all the time.
you see it all the time. But
Mhm.
when you're in the States, like when you get a chance to get out of America and
Brother.
you look back at America and you see what goes on from outside of America, and you are in the Nation of Islam, walking the streets of Ghana, walking the streets of Mexico, walking the streets of El
Right.
Salvador, and you look at America from outside,
Speak
brothers
on
and
that. Muhammad
sisters,
speaks on the top. Speak on that. Muhammad speaks on the top. With those two
we got
brothers,
friend.
brotherhood.
Yes,
Go ahead now.
because the walk of an FOI and an MGT. There's a sister down there in Bermuda. She's inventing a field. I'm talking to the sister right now. She was on Clubhouse dropping some Mother Tynetta level talk science. I was like, yo, me and this sister gotta talk. No matter what field of endeavor you are in, Allah and the Muhammad have prepared us to go into it and take it to another level. And the people all over the world, when you have the name Muhammad and you come from the US, they can tell by the way you walk, the way you talk, and the way you carry yourself. You can be out of shape and still give off FOI and MGT vibe. We don't want that, but it's just something you have. When you know who Allah is, who his Christ is, and who the minister is, and you are striving just to do your best, there's a vibration that gives off, and you influencing people. So I'm saying, Brother Malcolm Flex, keep doing what you're doing. I don't care if there's only 5 people on the line. Keep doing what you're doing, because, and to everybody who's out there, keep your Islam going, because you're helping me, who's over in Japan, help reach others. Because I don't work for my first name, I work for my last name. Muhammad is going to be here long before my first name. They're going to know Muhammad, and there are people who are studying Black folk in America. Mm-hmm. They are studying us, and there's no bigger influence. They know Muhammad Ali, they know Malcolm X. Well, then that brings them right back to the Nation of Islam. It's like, look, you talk Malcolm X over here in this Japanese classroom. I live the life, read the books, walk the walk, and I can tell you what he had in his briefcase. I can tell you how he joked. If you want to really have the talk about Malcolm X, you're looking at the person who lives the lifestyle. So you want to have that conversation. Or are we going to talk about, basketball?
And Dr. Wesley said that before. You can't really truly understand Malcolm X until you go through the class that made Malcolm X.
Yep. That's what got me. That's what kept me in the teachers for a while. And, may Allah have peace be upon the brother that passed away, Brother Rob Abdul. Rob Abdul. He's known as Rob Abdul, but we call him Robert 5X. And, I was frustrated. I was very frustrated with, the whole pace and everything, because I was processing whatever. He was like, I see all these people wearing, this is back in time, people wearing X's on their caps and things. Mm-hmm. See all these brothers doing all this kind of stuff, but did you walk the path that Malcolm walked? Did you learn how to fast? Did you learn how to do combat? Did you learn how to prepare for a crisis? Did you do all these things that Malcolm did? So everybody's doing this Malcolm stuff, but they want to walk his path. He said that to me back in 90, I think. So that's the stuff that that really sticks with me.
Right.
And a matter of fact, I say the same things he say. And that's the thing. We keep it going. So whatever we're taught when we're soldiering or process whatever, or even any of those, even an experience, we instill it in a whole universal type thing, because the nation is universal. Naturally universal. Not this other new stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the stuff according to the God laws and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's the part that people just don't want to hear.
The X is not a fashion you put on and you take off. This is something that you live. And don't talk to me about you love Malcolm X. All right. How many times a day did he eat? How many times a day did he eat? What did you still smoking that blunt? You still you got any baby mamas you not child support for? How many times do you do any push-ups?
I think if he was living, they wouldn't have that love for this brother. I'm just keeping it real.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah. because you wouldn't be able to use him as a weapon.
They wait till you die.
They use the brother as a weapon. You know what I mean? But he or Dr. Khaled wouldn't share the same sentiments and perspective as any of them. You know what I mean? So, and that's what makes this whole situation problematic. You know what I mean? That, these people, when they were alive, they felt the way at some point, but at the end, towards the end of their lives, they was like, man, I'm over it. You know what I mean? And then we, in the nation met with the families, and the families is like, I'm over it. You feel me? Like the nation didn't do it. We ain't on that. We know who did it. The enemy did it. The government, the feds. Put it back on the enemy, and we became family once again. We had to heal open wounds. That was important. But what people are doing is they peeling back the scab of civility. They peeling back and opening up these old wounds, and they hurt. I get it. They understand. But like Brother Dimitri always say, it's okay to love Malcolm X and love the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad at the same time. It's okay to love the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and also love Brother Minister Malcolm X. It's okay. We don't have to pick and choose sides. It's society that's telling us that we gotta choose a side, but we don't have to choose a side. Why we need to choose a side?
And Dr. Khalid, he said they made mockery of this brother.
Right.
By doing the whole autobiography. That was a mockery.
Right.
Even down to the stamp. That's mockery. I mean, think about it. These are things that he spoke out against as far as different narrations of somebody's life, their legacy, but all of a sudden the US government is going to put his life out there like he just found the truth, and for the first time, I'm doing air quotes, for the first time he saw white people in Mecca.
Yeah.
Like this is some phenomenon, even though he went with Alex Haley and the messenger, when Messenger did his Hajj, they didn't talk about that.
Right.
But it's factual. But at the same time, even when you tell them this, they're like, oh no, well, I just know he found the truth. Really? How do you know?
Well, like Brother Dimitri once said, he told me this over the phone. He said, brother, the life of Malcolm, he said Malcolm X is really a cadaver. A cadaver is someone's remains used for a science experiment, and they use it cutting up on it all the time. Messing and manipulating that individual's carcass. So he said that's what Malcolm X's legacy has become. It's like a cadaver. Anybody can walk. Yeah, anybody could come up and create their own version of Malcolm X.
Yeah, so I have to warn people. I'm sorry, brother. I have to warn people about these different series and movies. Even though I like Godfather Harlem, there's some fabrication up in there. Dude look like Malcolm. It's like, serious fabrication, right? The whole thing with the Miami thing, was it Night Miami?
Oh my God,
that's
I hated that one.
Oh my,
I couldn't even watch that one.
They had Jim Brown walking up to FOI like he gonna handle them.
Yeah, man,
really?
That's what I was like. Whoa,
really?
And they was really good. They was really going out their way in that one to like really smear the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Image.
In the beginning.
Yeah, they was going out their way to put the minister up in that one.
So people got to be careful with that. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
And the beautiful part. Oh, no, sir, that's okay. And the beautiful part is, all they're doing is helping because, like the scriptures say, when Pharaoh's magicians cast their rod, okay, now we gonna cast our rod, and you know what? When the being that is in charge of the universe backs you, that means you got the power of sun, moon, and stars, solar systems, galaxies, and things that are out there you have never seen backing you. And you want to oppose it with lies? You go ahead then. But the thing is about that, there was a point that I made. Oh, yeah. Brother, you just made the point about, and Brother Malcolm Flex, you just said that they use the life of Malcolm as a cadaver. Mm-hmm. You do know that there is a part of the new cadaver is that some white dude over in England a few years ago said, and I quote, "Malcolm X was gay, get over it."
Oh,
and
yeah.
There's the whole Malcolm X was homosexual. And the minister said, well, Sister Betty never saw him absent from duty. And it's like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me the brother was around all these FOI and nobody's ever come forward and said this is what happened? I mean, come on now. If you know somebody from 1965 and back who was like, "Yo, man, me and Malcolm was on the low. If you can,
Man.
They had the opportunity,
he had plenty of brothers around, But
and you still had haters still living too. His haters were still living.
yeah.
So just keep it real, man.
That came out just like what, year 2000 or something, and now there's actually trying to build the movement. As Malcolm was a supporter of gay rights.
That is crazy.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing to Tupac as we speak.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Oh,
man.
what?
Yep. They're making Tupac the pride. They're making
Oh
pride.
my God.
Paraphernalia.
Oh
Just how the
state.
enemy was making everybody white. Now they trying to make everybody gay.
Oh yeah. So
Man.
I mean, you got to walk your post in the perfect manner. Keep it always
always
on the alert.
on the alert.
And this is not homophobia. Don't try to flag me. Don't try to report me.
No, we speaking out against the agendas.
Yeah, the
Come on,
agenda. Come on now.
This ain't homophobic.
The FOI are around enough FOI where if the brother had tendencies, you can't hide that around
You
FOI.
definitely can. You gonna get put out.
You gonna get that, brother.
Especially back then.
Especially, oh no! You see
no, they really wasn't playing back then.
No, son,
they probably gonna beat you down back then, boy. You probably gonna get beat up.
But I mean, there's something else. There was one final point I was gonna make it.
I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just playing. Man. I don't want y'all to soundbite this and try to chop it up, cut it up, and was like, "Yeah, brother, see, I told you, man."
those Muslims up there, they're pointing out the people.
They talking about beating up gay people.
They gonna make that up too. He pulled my dreadlocks out.
You see, Malcolm Flex up there promoting violence. Oh.
Yeah, promoting violence. He's a hate teacher.
Yep. He hates rainbows, so he wears one color.
Oh my God, that's why he ain't got no rainbow in the background. He got all that.
Yeah.
He's only wearing gray. He hates us.
That's Malcolm Flex got purple in the background. You see,
they gonna be soundbiting your boy, playing the clip. They gonna be rewritten. Then you know what'd be funny though? Somebody did this to me before. Because they take your words out of context so much, man, so bad, man. One brother, he, I was, debunking somebody, man. They took a clip of me saying something, and the brother kept rewinding it. He kept rewinding it and just playing like 3 to 5 seconds of what I said. Didn't play what I said before that. Didn't play what I said after that. But he just took that little 3 to 5 second clip and just kept looping it. And people like, yeah, you said that. I'm like, bruh, didn't even play the whole video for you. Like, what the hell's going on?
I don't need to play it. He telling the truth.
I'm like, man, people are crazy, man. Like, play dirty, man. When they ain't got nothing on you, they gonna invent something on you.
I made peace with that.
Yeah.
People are crazy, brother. Some people are just crazy, man, and you just got to put them in, Allah's hands, brother, and move on with your life, because I think that's what it's designed for, is to get you all caught up and moved out of your character, even if forgot why you're in the nation in the first place, even change the direction and the energy. So you got to look at them like they're wearing a straitjacket and go to greater
man,
things.
I'd be laughing at them, man, because I was actually watching Lil Kev's video. Lil Kev was on last night. I don't know if he's still in here right now, but he was on last night, and he had played a video of somebody taking my clip out of context and kept looping it, and he was like, I don't think that's what the brother meant. Like, so intelligent people ain't gonna fall for no stuff like that, But I just thought it was funny, man, that we was on this conversation, man. I got to be careful what I say, man, because I got a secret hater, man. Whoever it is, man, he go to every one of my videos and press the dislike button. So I may have like 2 to 3 dislikes from this one person, because he may have like 2, 3 YouTube channels.
You got people come to my channel hating on them, because they trying to get me to find. I mean, they're trying to find different things for me to say bad or even crazy about the nation. I'm like, no, not here, fam. This is family.
And the tripped out part is, when you what's the expression? When you live in someone's head rent free.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if Brother Malcolm Flex got people, he's living in their head rent free. Brother Malcolm Flex over here handling his business, doing his thing, minding his own business, and the dude is like sitting there hating. Oh, I'm gonna get him this time.
Oh man, there you go.
It's a bad mix.
But that's what barbershop is doing. Didn't he say that
That's
he's
right.
now going to become
That's
a
what he
Dr.
said.
Wesley Muhammad troll?
That's what he said. He gonna be a bigger APM now, advanced persistent manipulator. He's gonna be a bigger APM than what he was already doing.
So that means he is making the conscious decision that his life is now determined by another man, and he's going to attack another man, not because the man did anything, not because he said anything wrong, but just because he showed you didn't know as much about the subject as you thought you did. So again, as I said yesterday, so instead of saying, well, let me go do some more research and try to find where he's wrong, or damn, man, here I am thinking all this time the nation
I need a
this, that, and the
rematch.
other. I need a rematch. No, I'm gonna sit up here and do my shows every week about him. That is that definition of demasculinization. You don't follow another man around and throw shade at him.
Well, I mean, we watched Young Pharaoh do it for like 2-3 years.
Oh, I rest my case.
Gonna bring that dude up.
My case. I rest my case. I rest my case.
So
That's the definition
It
of unmasculine behavior. Either prove the point or not. You got sisters over here going, nah, man, that ain't you not manly. I'm a female. I know from female behavior. That's female behavior.
And the key word is discipline, man. You know, it's like a dirty word. It's like, dude, a black man with discipline. What more can you ask for? You should be happy. You know, a black man has discipline. People trying to dismantle the discipline. Think about that.
That's weird.
And then get upset. And then complain, well, the black man ain't disciplined. But you don't like the black men who are the embodiment of discipline. So how does that work? You don't like, you say you people need discipline, but the men who embody it, you say we don't like them. Then
that's hypocritical. That's a contradiction. See, Dr. Wesley, he didn't smack, he didn't smack Fred across the face like Kenny Porter did. Kenny Porter wasn't so civilized with Fred. He allowed another man to slap him across his face. The Dr. Wesley ain't put his hands on you. The brother just beat you up with some information and got you all bent out of shape.
And think about it with respect, man. But check the chat. Check the chat. Joe Madison said, he said the same thing, brother. Why did Fred get about the month in the face by Chris Porter? That's exactly what you said, brother Malcolm Flex. Yeah. Go ahead, take it, brother.
And think about this too, brothers. I know everybody heard this. I don't care if you're in or out of the nation. If we have any kind of profanity, even if we said the A word, whatever it is, what do they always tell us? You Muslim, you ain't supposed to be saying that.
Right.
And I'm like, but I mean, my whole thing is this, that even though they want us to be out of our element, they still throw it in our face anyway.
Right. Yeah. A dude tried to do that to me on Clubhouse, man. We was on Clubhouse talking about Malcolm X, man. And every time I spoke, they was cutting me off. They was disrespecting me. I think you was there, Brother Monica. They was cutting me off, disrespecting me, talking over me. And then the moment somebody else started talking, right, and I cut him off just to say, stay on topic, because we talking about Malcolm X. He trying to talk about Orthodox Islam versus the Nation of Islam.
Oh, God.
The moment I say, brother, stay on topic, everybody lose their mind. Oh, you cut him off. You ain't got no damn this. But the whole time, y'all been disrespecting me, over talking me, because we in y'all room. but now I ain't got no discipline when I ask somebody to stay on topic.
That's the hypocrisy, man. But that's a good point. And the thing is about speaking about Clubhouse, that's another thing I bet clear up. Because I mean, there's actually clubs. I won't mention them because I'm not going to give them that gas. There are clubs that literally dedicate their whole time talking about Malcolm X on Clubhouse.
Oh man!
But if you go in there and if you go and have the discipline and you sit in the audience and you listen, there's not a single one of them who knows anything about Malcolm X.
No, not at all.
Literally. I mean, okay, so they read the autobiography. That's like saying water's wet. No, brother, I'm gonna bring it up again. How many times a day did Malcolm X eat? What did he read? How many times did he read? And the Malcolm X you claim you love is Malcolm X, minister of the Nation of Islam. He was in the Nation of Islam for 12 years.
And most of the speeches. Oh, go ahead, fam.
No,
I don't know.
And the Malcolm X you say you love. The video is on Instagram and so Malcolm X says, "Mr. Muhammad taught me everything I know." That means that even if you say you love Malcolm X, you are looking at a man who is repeating the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's just putting it in his own
they ain't heard the 40-minute audio that we ain't even released yet. That's what I'm saying. Debate us publicly. Debate us publicly. If y'all really so confident that what you have is the truth and is good for us as a people, right? Then debate us publicly. I'm gonna show you our ace card that we got that we ain't even put out yet. Go, brother Art.
Yeah, most of the speeches that people like hang their hat on, he was clean shaved.
Right.
He was in the Nation. All the speeches they quote, well, Malcolm said this, Malcolm said that, and just keep it real. You know, I'm gonna give credit to my in-laws because I was one of those Malcolm guys or whatever. But you know, when you talk to the Product 75 people, they start bringing out tapes and teachings, and I'm like, dang, Malcolm was saying a lot of things verbatim that the messenger was saying in the early 50s. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Right.
So that ain't part right there.
Yeah. So they can miss me with all that. Well, Malcolm said no. He repeated what the messenger said, and it just sounded different. That's all it was.
And he did it all the way up until the damn court hearing he had to go to over the house.
Yeah.
Before he was getting evicted, he was still saying that he is a follower of Elijah Muhammad. It was until the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "Let me get that house back, my brother. You know, you leaving the nation? Okay, well, we need the house back." He was leaving, so we need the house. Then that's when everything else went downhill. But all the way up to that point, he was still teaching the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That part right there. And that's the part I like to realize. Oh, you mean that quote that Malcolm is quoting the most honorable Elijah Muhammad on? No, he's not. Wait a minute. How did you know? Because I just made a statement that I can back up. How do you know? You don't. What do you even know of Elijah Muhammad's teaching? And since Malcolm was a minister in the Nation of Islam, and the structure is you teach what the messenger teaches. You might put your own spin on it. That's like we all have the same recipe, but I might spice it up a little bit. Brother Malcolm Flex might put a little more tomato on it. Brother Art might put a little more cilantro on it, but we all got the same recipe. You can't tell me when I know what the hell he was talking about. That's the messenger's teaching coming out of Malcolm's mouth, and that's why I get on people about Muhammad Ali as well. Muhammad Ali just took the messenger's teachings and repackaged it. All these new people, you got people, you got Caucasian people talking about how much they love Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. Well, then you might as well just go ahead and get message to the black man, fall of America. Our Savior has arrived. Because that's what they say.
If you love them, you really love our teachings.
What about the supreme wisdom when they were handing them out? When the small supreme wisdoms, let the white folks read that too. Yeah. Malcolm's face was on the back of it. So you love him so much,
Wow.
Read that.
You know,
Hold that. You
Wow.
Malcolm fans, 'cause they trying to
yeah,
they trying to make it look like he got dreadlocks and he's wearing red, black, and green. He's holding a black fist up. I'm like, that dude was never, not even close.
the
He was,
dude didn't even
man,
exist, man.
bruh. Because Cornell West, I probably like about 20% of him, but a lot of his stuff. He tried to do the whole merging of Malcolm and brother this. He called everybody his brother. He called Martian his brother, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
he tried to throw some
Yep.
Malcolm spin in it. Michael
Yep.
Eric Dyson, another
Yep.
one.
Yep.
I'm like,
That's
dude,
facts. That's
I
facts.
hate when they do that. I'm like, because I'm an intellectual. I'm an intellectual when I'm in these arenas. And brothers, usually when they don't like the brothers say, they don't know who's in these meetings. And I would say, no, Malcolm didn't say that. And they look at me like, ooh. I said, Malcolm didn't say that, and then they kind of, usually in these arenas, they try to check your credentials, your
Right.
background,
Right.
and I'm like, I got my ex in 1991 at Maz 20, Maz 54, and I've been in the nation for quite a bit, I never left, you know, and then later on they have to rethink. It was a matter of fact, I had that conversation with a couple of people. Can't use it. I mean, I can't use his name. I mean, but it's a couple of people, but one in particular. Uh, he did a lot of lectures on them, and he's been in Hidden Colors and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
But we went
Mm.
back and forth in my car about
Mm.
Malcolm. Okay, and he's my elder. I give him. He's my elder. But I'm like, I'll listen to you and I
Uh-oh.
respect my elders, but you can't be lying on the because I could tell where he's going. I was like, no, because it's a narrative that you're trying to push.
Exactly.
And and then you got people like me that would say, no, that's not what really happened. He said, well, he was making it. See, they get these narratives that Malcolm and the messenger were equals. And I'm like, hey,
Wait,
sorry, brother.
whoa.
I'm
What?
like,
Excuse my
no.
language. Excuse my language. Wait, pause.
You say it for
Wait a
me. Say it
minute.
for me.
Read. No. I got to hear that again, please.
They
I
make
got to
it
hear this
look
again.
like they try to make it look like, especially the ones that the lecture that never met Malcolm, but they have these lectures like Malcolm and the messenger were equals. They were like squabbling brothers and all this. I'm like, no, man, no. I mean, the part about him crying when he saw the messenger, that was true. He felt that he was not worthy to be in his presence. That's not an equal. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he was that got him the respect that he got was because the messenger. It wasn't because something that he learned in prison or by reading a dictionary
Yeah, but
when
see,
the
but
lights went
no,
out.
but let them tell the
Yeah,
story.
let them tell the
Malcolm did it
story.
all hit by himself. It was just that, but
Man,
Malcolm
The
and
nation.
Elijah Muhammad used him as a tool and capitalized on his talents and his
right,
skills to build the nation.
Yeah, the nation was just sputtering along. Nothing was happening. And then when Malcolm X joined, then
right,
then it got it. Then it got popping.
right. And
Meanwhile,
I had to get him about Muhammad Ali. It was like, well, because a lot of these movies or show they try to make it look like the nation was taking advantage of Muhammad Ali. I mean, y'all can tell them what I'm about to tell them. Remember, the messenger did not want Muhammad Ali to fight. So how you gonna
Right.
collect from him if they tell him not to fight?
Right.
He don't want the messenger did not because he said what was the words? I think he was saying that it was a savage sport. He warned him. The messenger warned him, and look what happened at the late 70s.
Right.
He wasn't the same. But if you
yeah,
let them tell, like y'all said, the nation was taking all the money. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
they I mean, he did like give some things or whatever to the best of his ability, but the nation was not taking advantage of him. You know what I'm saying?
he said, yeah, that's a good point. It's like the messenger saying for him, he didn't want him to fight. But if he's but they trying to make it sound like Muhammad Ali was being like he was being pimped by and
Right.
all his money was going away. But it's like I'm not Mike. I always come back to this. How do you know?
Right, exactly.
Like
They
where
tell
where where is did you get access to either Muhammad Ali's finances or what book did you read from him or what art interview did he give, or you got access to the records of the Nation of Islam from the 60s and the 70s to prove this? Or is this what you just say, I believe or I think? If you say that, okay, then you can deal with what you think and believe. But to express yourself as if what you think in your head, hell, I can think there's $1 million outside right
these
now. That don't
Negro
make it
fairy
true.
tales.
And this is the part, that I'm gonna break some people's heart that think that Muhammad Ali was totally gone. He was not. We're gonna talk about, like, man, I think it's the mid 1990s. They did a dedication to him at Centennial High School, and one of the brothers that told me they were holding post because I think it was I don't know if it was brother Keith. I forgot who was the minister at the time, but Maz 54 was in charge of that. And so when they were holding post to make sure everything was cool with Muhammad Ali whispered in one of the brothers' posts in his ear and said, "I still think the white man is the devil." He said that in the 90s, fam. So
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
like I said, you do not know who's carrying these restrictive laws. You shaking their hand, you're working with them, you're sipping coffee with them, whatever. Hell, you even making payments to this person. They're hiring you. I mean, we're everywhere, fam. But
Right.
Muhammad Ali, he didn't lose that, man. I mean, this, like I said, like y'all said, when you let people tell it, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's a whole different narrative, man. But we getting ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
So I want my brothers, man. I want y'all to be able to share, y'all last words, your last thoughts, man. We gonna get up out of here. We've been in here for almost 3 hours. It's definitely good conversating and building with my brothers, man. Especially Brother R. We ain't spoken in a minute, man. So I'm glad I'm, able to hear from my brother, man.
You've
So
been
go
shadow
ahead, man.
banned. I got lucky to find you because I find out way later when you go on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, man. I just try to share it with you next time so you'll get a heads up.
Okay.
So yeah, give us your final thoughts, Brother Art, and then Brother Monikai, and then we gonna sign out for the night.
Okay. It was always good wrapping it up. I miss my brothers because that's one of the things when you start to expand and grow. Not only I'm a believer, but I'm a knower, and that's where I started to go and do the things on a worldly level, and at the same time represent the greatness of what the nation had to offer within the education. Hell, I'm about to become an administrator, so that's why I said we're everywhere, and I appreciate you having me on the panel. And I'm gonna reach out to you so that we can build, and reach out to you, brother. You said brother in the East.
Yes, sir, brother. Because I am that brother. I am the brother in the East. That's why my name is that way.
So I'm gonna reach out to you guys because I do collaborations. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it because once I start moving up, you know how it is. When we start moving up, you got to start shutting certain things down.
Right.
But I'm always, whatever you need, brother, just let me know, and I try to help you out. And appreciate it. Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Alaikum salam, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Art. Thank you for the Balcom Flex. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for the information on advanced persistent manipulators. Brothers and sisters, if you still here, or even if you not, please Google this and get the information and know that these trolls are trolls for hire. They don't believe what they're saying. They're following a script. They're working for money, just like the people who assassinated Malcolm X, Brother Malcolm X. They did it for money. So, keep studying. Keep listening to brothers like Malcolm Flex, brothers Ben X, Brother 19 Keys, Brother Reza Islam, and, Brother Super Minister Nuri and Dr. Wesley. And listen to these brothers and sisters. Listen to these brothers and our sisters too, because this is where you're going to find the truth. And this is what will save your life. And so when you want to know more about getting to those higher vibrations, reach out to the brother in the East. I'm on YouTube. I'm on
let
Facebook.
me subscribe. What's the name of your channel?
Actually, I don't have. I don't have any videos. I haven't made any videos, but I'm
You
the
need them.
brother in the East. Yeah, I guess I just start making videos because yeah, I should start making videos. But you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram, and the brother in the East. Or my name is. I'm just gonna type it in the chat. So it's just. Oh, I can't type in the chat. But my name is Manika Muhammad. But if you go to the brother in the East on Instagram, you can find me, and also you can follow my energetic page with my business, Healing Land Reiki, where we tap into the power of Almighty God to send healing energies around the world. That's what we do. We heal.
Man, come on. Talk about that Reiki, man. That holy
Yeah,
fire. That
man.
holy
That's
fire Reiki, man.
yeah. Because trust me, brothers and sisters. Last point, Dr. Akili Muhammad interviewed brother student minister Ishmael, and he said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that in the hereafter, we will not have doctors like that, but we will heal by moving energy throughout the body. And so one of the pillars, one of the bricks of the hereafter, you all got to, brothers, sisters, Muslims, you have got to learn energy medicine. And Allah sent your brother to Japan to learn it. And I'm ready, by the grace of Allah, to help you all get into it, because there's something special that Allah is doing in energy medicine. Even people who there are a lot of people they don't know. Your brother is the one Allah has given the assignment, or one of the brothers, to bring this aspect out. And I'll leave it there for now. But you got to come get your energy medicine, because it is one of the pillars and bricks in the hereafter. This is the brother in the East, Manikai Muhammad, on Facebook, Instagram, on Clubhouse. And I want to know and hear from you at once. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Yeah, family. Y'all contact brother if y'all want to set up a chakra and Reiki session with our brother, man. I had a session with the brother, and I'm telling you, man, I was feeling good. I was feeling real supreme, real sublime. I was, what I was going through, I was relieved of what I was going through. And I was just feeling real different, man. I was feeling real holy, man. All praises is due to Allah, man. I was feeling real good, man. And it works, and the brother is a master at what he does. He's not a novice, the brother is a master at what he does. He's really a student of that art. The brother has books on tops of books on top of books. You know what I mean? He's a student at what he does, man. And Brother Art, man, check Brother Art's channel out. The brother, ever since I've known the brother's channel's been growing. I be seeing a gang of people on his videos too. And I tap in and out every chance I get. And so check my brothers out, man. I love my brothers. And I'm going to let y'all go, dear brothers. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers.
Wa alaikum salam, black man.
Wa alaikum salam, beloved. Peace out.
Yes, peace out. Yes, sir. And again, man, I like to thank you all for tuning in to Malcolm Flex TV, man. Inshallah, we will be coming back with some more videos. We will be dropping some more heat. If you missed this video, I would recommend that you play the first half of the video because that's where all the receipts lie. That's where I was basically presenting all of the information, and I brought my brothers on to build and have a conversation with me. So again, I'm not sure how much it costs. You probably have to get with Brother Monikai. I didn't pay anything, so I'm not sure what his prices are, but I definitely recommend it if you are into this type of stuff. And yeah, so I'm going to be back with some more content, family. I got some more content that I'm working on, some pre-recorded content. So please stay tuned. It's your brother Malcolm Flex TV, and we out. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and assalamu alaikum, family. This is your brother Malcolm Flex TV from Changing the Black Narrative. And if you would like to join on to the Nation of Islam and accept your own and be yourself, please send me an email at malcolmflex19 @gmail.com. And if you would like a subscription to the Final Call newspaper, you can also go to finalcall.com, because the Final Call newspaper has been within the black community for years and has changed and saved a lot of lives. It has saved minds, for example. And if you would like to hear the latest lectures and webcasts by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and his students, the students of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you can also go to NOI.org. So if you would like to accept your own and be yourself, I will do my best to direct you to your local mosque and nearest study group. This is your brother Malcolm Flex TV. Peace and assalamu alaikum.